So we were walking our dog last night, or was it last night or the other night? One night this week, on her evening constitutional before bed, and she was in the dog park, and there was a woman in our neighborhood walking her two quite small little dogs, and we turned around to kind of say hello to her, and all of a sudden there was this like crazy growling, barking, gnashing of teeth. Like the dog went crazy.
And that doesn't even come close to describing the racket. And also, we hadn't even seen the dogs. The first that we knew that there were dogs there, well, in fact, in my mind, I didn't even know there was a dog, because it sounded like a rabid grizzly bear was about to descend upon us.
Well, I had seen the dogs and thought, oh, they look like cute dogs, and then turned away and was looking at Bella. And then there was this incredible noise.
It was an extraordinary noise.
So anyway, why I thought that was...
And then when we turned round, there was little more than a dust bunny on the end of a leash, which seemed so incongruent for that level of noise could come from a creature so small.
It was a little fluff ball with a big voice box.
Yes.
But what I thought was interesting
Nasty little dog.
What I thought was interesting is how in my mind, because I'd seen the dog, I had made up this whole story about this cute little dog, and then it turned out to be like this different kind of beast. And it made me think about that dog story from Maida Vale. Do you remember that one?
Oh yeah, no,
I'll let
I do,
you tell that. You tell that much better than I do.
Yeah, so I was looking out the window one day and looking down onto Elgin Avenue in Maida Vale. I think we lived on the second floor in those days.
Well, I think in England it's known as the first floor.
The first floor, sorry. And there was this guy walking down the street, and he was, in my mind, he had to be a wrestler. I don't know if I recognized him, but he was about 6'5". He was wearing a vest and nothing else. I mean, he was wearing trousers and he wasn't naked or anything. That would have been a
sight.
but he was just wearing this vest, and he was really big, bulky man, quite overweight. And then he looks towards the corner of Elgin Avenue and shouts out, "Warrior! Warrior!"
Okay. We get the picture.
And I'm looking to the corner and I'm thinking, oh, what the hell is Warrior? I mean, it has to be a dog of some sort. And so I'm expecting this sort of part Rottweiler, part Sherman tank to come around the corner. And then he bellows out, "Warrior!" again. And then this little quivering whippet comes around the corner. And it was so funny, because at first I thought that can't be Warrior, but then the whippet ran up to him all waggy-tailed, and actually this big wrestler type sort of melted and was actually quite what would be the words I would use? I wouldn't want to associate the word lovely with this man, but he was very tender, let us say, with this tiny little whippet.
Aww.
So yeah, that was not what I expected at all.
Yeah. And then this morning we had our own difference of putting the dots together, where I put the dots together that you were in a bad mood.
You
and
did.
It was completely not accurate.
Completely not accurate.
So it just goes to show how...
Yes, I woke up, you wanted to go for a hike, and I just felt tremendous resistance to doing that. Mm-hmm. And I was actually being quite self-deprecating in terms of how I was dealing with it. I was like, pretending I was being a total wimp, not going wanting to go for a hike, and you were thinking I was being deadly serious.
Well, I think it's one of those things, though, even though we've been married for, nearly 23 years, I still don't understand your British sense of humor.
Yes, you'd think you'd get it by now.
It didn't seem very funny what you were doing.
Maybe you can get some tips from our viewers.
It's hard, having a North American sensibility with British humor.
Oh well, Canadian you mean?
North American. I'm American and Canadian.
Guess you are. It's been a long day.
So I guess what we're saying is that making assumptions isn't helpful, and oftentimes they're not congruent with other people's realities, or maybe reality in general.
Yeah, I know. So often, I think I know what's going on in your head and I haven't got a clue, and vice versa. And I think that's pretty much the case with most people.
Yeah.
They try to imagine what they know, what's happening in someone else's brain, and really, more often than not, they miss the mark.
Well, we see our own thinking. We don't see the other person's thinking.
Yes.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.